What if I told you that there are really secret things that rich people know that poor people don't? People often wonder what sets millionaires apart from people who are broke, and they tend to assume that they only knew what those rich people knew, that they too could become rich. And the crazy thing is that this is actually correct. What sets people who have money apart from those who don't oftentimes are simple things regarding how they think and how they behave. So what you're about to learn are a few things that poor people can't stop doing that end up keeping them poor for pretty much their entire life. Starting with number 1, going where the money isn't. What do you think guys use the app Tinder for? Obviously, we all know the answer to this question. And when you consider the one thing that most guys using Tinder are after, it makes perfect sense to use this app for that purpose. And the same concept applies to money. If you want money, you have to go where the money is. You can't get a job at Taco Bell expecting to become a millionaire. Why? Because Taco Bell is not where the money is at. When it comes to making a lot of money, you simply have to go where the money is. But for some reason, most people go to where the money isn't. If you've ever gone down to Beverly Hills and areas like that, you will see exotic cars all over the place. And you can find enough designer clothing stores in these areas to keep you busy shopping for days. And the streets in this area are packed full of designer stores like Gucci, and there are more Lamborghini and Ferrari dealerships clustered in this area than pretty much anywhere else in the world. Why? Because this is where the money is at. You could have 2 real estate agents with identical expertise, and one will make 10 times more money than the other simply because he sells homes in Beverly Hills and not homes in areas where there is no money to be made. One of the number 1 things that poor people can't stop doing is going where there is no money. And it's almost like trying to fish in an empty river. There are plenty of rivers out there that are packed full of money, and no matter what service or skill you have to offer, you will always make more money by going to where the money is. Number 2, focusing only on fear. One of the biggest mistakes that people who are poor tend to make is focusing on fear rather than on growth. You see, the average person who lives in poverty is so busy focused on surviving until their next paycheck that they have absolutely no energy to invest in creating a plan to become rich. And in most cases, the dominant mindset of a person who is poor is one of fear. So when they make a little bit of money, they cling to it as if their life depends on it. And this is an awful way to think because it stinks of desperation. When most of your decisions that you make are based out of fear, you end up getting far less than what you deserve in life. Imagine for just a second that you have 2 job offers. One appears to be a stable job at a local grocery store, and the other appears far less stable, but allows you to be your own boss and offers the potential reward of 10 times more money. Which one do you choose? Most poor people choose the job at the grocery store because they are operating out of fear. What if I can't feed my child? What if I can't pay my rent? The truth is that money comes and goes and things always change. And they say that you miss 100% of the shots that you never take. And most people never take any shots or risks in life because they operate out of fear. Number 3, chasing luck. Anytime that you go to a casino, you should already know that the odds are stacked against you. And the most likely outcome in these situations is that you are going to lose the money that you came with. Now, casinos actually reward players with little bonuses and special perks based on how much time they spend in the casino. And the reason they do this is because statistically, they know that the more time that a person spends inside of their casino, the more money they are going to make off of that person. Something that many people who are poor can't stop doing is chasing luck. And luck can be any type of money that comes from something such as the lottery. However, this so-called luck can also take many hidden forms as well, such as that $3,000 real estate course from that shady guy that you saw on a late night infomercial. Poor people are frequently targets of pyramid schemes, the lottery, and many other schemes that make ridiculous claims and frequently involve men standing in front of exotic cars and giant mansions, which are usually rented to make poor people buy into the scheme. So if you're poor and you want to become rich, stop chasing luck and instead invest your time and resources into a business or something that doesn't stack the odds so heavily against you. Number 4, making excuses. Human psychology is really an interesting thing, and the truth is that most people, including you and I, lie to ourselves far more often than we would like to admit. And whenever we're faced with a truth that hurts us emotionally, we tend to lie to ourselves and in many cases other people to make ourselves feel better. Back when I was really poor, I would constantly lie to myself all the time, and I'd come up with all sorts of excuses to justify why I was poor and a lot of other people weren't. I would say things like, oh, the reason that I'm poor is because they only pay me $10 an hour. Or, yeah, I could be rich if I had rich parents like all of the other people who are rich had. And at the end of the day, these are all excuses. Nothing more, nothing less. Every person on the planet, all of you watching this video, we all have the same potential. Some of us have greater advantages than others, but when push comes to shove, we all have the potential to generate an enormous amount of wealth. And it doesn't matter if we were born with poor parents or if we're born in a poor country. Every single one of us has a massive fortune hidden inside of our heads right now that is just waiting to be unlocked. And the sooner that you stop making excuses and stop doing things that poor people can't stop doing every day, the sooner you will be able to find out what you are truly capable of. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching.